Hello everyone, this is Sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to talk about the arrest of Jeffery Williams, aka Young Thug. There's also another rapper by the name of Gunna. I think his real name is Sergio Kitchens, and many other people. So I'm going to show a series of different clips, the actual news conference of the DA and the police chief, talking about it. I'm also going to show Lovely T. Lovely T talked about this situation when Casanova got, indicted on charges similar to what Young Thug. She did a podcast with a friend named Tiny. This was back in December 10th of 2020 on her podcast. And she had another, I'm going to show another clip of her, still talking about the Casanova, but a federal criminal defense lawyer that, specializes in RICO charges, but on the federal level. Because I noticed in the different news outlets that's covering this case, people were saying, oh, this is just state. It doesn't mean anything. It's not like it's federal. But what we don't know if the state has a very good case, because we don't know what they have yet. We don't know what evidence that they have, because this group that he was in, this gang that he was that they said he actually created and he was a part of, they were operating from 2012 to 2022. So we don't know how much evidence that they have. We don't. And people say, why they were watching them all this time and then they want to come. They may have not been watching them since 2012, but I believe in the midst of all that chaos and all the criminal activities they were doing, something caught the eye of the police, and then they started watching them and started piling their evidence, because that's what they do. Because I have several people that I know got hemmed up, and and then when they showed things that they know they got rid of, things that they posted on social media that's not even on their page anymore, they presented that in front of them and they couldn't even deny. Well, that guy, he didn't deny it, but I don't know what about Young Thug. But anyway, let's get into it.
For coming out, want to acknowledge the DA and Fulton County Sheriff. We're here today to speak on the arrest of Jeffery Williams, that in collaboration with Fulton County DA's office and the Fulton County Sheriff on yesterday. This collaboration is representative of the partnership of the Atlanta Police Department and the DA's office on our aggressiveness and going after gang members. The mayor, as well as the DA, gave a interview on last week expressing their concerns about what we were seeing in our city and how we would go after any offender. And at the direction of the DA taking the lead on us yesterday, making sure that we were able to get one of our top offenders off of the street. In partnership with them, utilizing our tactical teams, we were able to go out to the individual's location and arrest him without any significant consequences to him or any other parties at the house.
Today I'm joined by the Atlanta Police Chief Rodney Bryan, as well as my sheriff and our Sheriff Patrick Labatt. We are here today about a grand jury indictment that was returned that included not just Jeffery Williams, which is of some notoriety and media attention, but about 28 defendants that operated within our community between the time period of 2012 and 2022. It is our allegation that they operated as a criminal street gang and commenced to do havoc in our community. That havoc includes crimes of violence, crimes of thefts, crimes involving drugs. I've made no secret about it, nor any apology, that as the district attorney of Fulton County, my number one focus is targeting gangs.
My brother used to always tell me when me and my friends would take pictures, hey, put your hands down. Don't throw up nothing. Don't even throw up a peace sign in this picture because it could come back to haunt you. What it used to be, you'll be sending those pictures to your homies in jail. They intercept all your mail, all your pictures. They take all those pictures when you had hand signs or whatever in them or what they perceive to be gang lingo, and they put them in a certain box. You know what I'm saying? So they could use it against you later. You might go up for parole, and they're like, "Nah, here goes his gang affiliation, blah blah blah." So, like me personally,
and I know with the gang stuff that carries more time if they can tie you to a gang.
Yeah, gang enhancements where they can, and that's part of what they got Casanova on. When they can just say, "You're doing whatever you're doing for the benefit of the gang to enhance the gang status out in the world." That's why all that shit with Tekashi was such a big deal because he's screaming Treyway every time they do something.
Yeah.
Pisses on the sidewalk and screams Treyway. Yeah, well, you just pissed on the sidewalk to enhance your game. All that's going to be used against you like later on.
And I'm a criminal defense attorney, and I specialize in federal criminal defense. And I'd like to talk to you for a few moments about something that a lot of people have heard of but may not understand exactly what it is, and that's the federal RICO statute. The RICO statute is a very effective tool that federal prosecutors use in any cases involving quote-unquote organized crime. And that doesn't simply mean what many people think of traditionally as organized crime, meaning the mafia. The RICO statute is very effective in prosecuting gang-related crimes as well. And that's a big topic out here on Long Island. There are a lot of gangs and there's a lot of gang activity. And federal prosecutors have been prosecuting gang members under the RICO statute. If you are connected or have a loved one who is connected to one of the gangs out here on Long Island, you could quite easily find yourself entangled in a federal RICO indictment. The way that a RICO indictment is proven is the government shows that a member of a gang commits a crime to enhance or further their position within the gang. And that simply is enough to prove a RICO statute.
So you heard the snippets from the press conference. The first one was the press conference of the DA. And then from the podcast that Lovely T did with her friend Tiny back on December 10th, 2020. And also on December 3rd, she did the video where she brought in the Mr. Glenn, the lawyer, the federal criminal lawyer. And I'm like, wow, if many of the people that got caught up in some of these charges and arrests, if they had listened to this podcast, maybe a lot of people wouldn't have got caught up. But of course, we know they're not going to do that. They're not going to listen because I'm sure there are people that were closer to them that gave them advice and they didn't take it. Some people have to learn the hard way. Some people just don't care because they expect, this to happen to them. They either, because it's a certain lifestyle you choose to live, of course, getting that fast money, to getting that fast life, unless you change your life before, stuff start happening to you, is either you spend the rest of your life in jail or you get taken out. So some people expect that. So they really don't care. They just want to live. If they're going to live for 5, 10, if they're going to live 2, 3, 5, 10 years, they want to live to the fullest, even if they're living in fear, when they're going to come pick me up. Because, if you look at when they were in the court proceedings, the initial court proceedings, Young Thug looks unbothered. He looks unbothered because he has a very good lawyer. He paid good money for him. He probably thinking, hey, if everything is going to be okay, maybe if I do get if I do get convicted, I'm probably going to get probation, or if I go to jail, it's just going to be a few years, because he looks very unbothered. But this DA, that DA lady, very beautiful lady, by the way, very beautiful lady. She is not playing. She is not playing. And I've heard Fulton County, they don't play. They don't play over there. So if she has to make an example out of Young Thug and Gunna and all them other people, this is gonna happen. And if by some miracle he happens to beat this case, by some miracle, he better be on his very best behavior for the rest of his life, because trust me, they're gonna make sure that these charges stick. They're gonna make sure that these charges stick, because I believe that they're sick and tired of the things that are happening in Atlanta, and Atlanta is very, very bad. You even have kids that are young as 12 years old, probably even younger, committing crimes. And just like they're committing crimes, they're being found taken out also. They committing crimes and people taking them out also. So it's really bad in Atlanta, and they needed to stop, because she said 70 to 80% of the, I think 70 or 80 to 90%, one of them, of the crimes being committed in Atlanta is from gang activity. So they really sick and tired of it, and they looking to make examples of people, as they should, because you shouldn't live in a community or a county in fear of your life. I mean, some of these people are, some of the stuff that they're linked with, people were at supermarkets, people were driving on bikes, and from barber shops, even if they were affiliated, whatever it may be. But these people lost their lives. Other people got injured because of that. They wreaked a lot of chaos. And in the 10 years that they operated, they did a lot of chaos. A lot of people lost their lives, livelihood. So these people are really tired. I mean, these people are really tired. And I would think that, hey, you know what you did, but people not gonna admit what they did, of course. Why don't you, all that money you pay, I'm sure he paying his lawyer, Jeffery Williams, paying that lawyer a whole lot of money, because that lawyer, he looks like a very good lawyer. But you already know what you did. You have all these kids, because he have several different kids. I think he just lost one of the kids, lost their mother. Why don't you put that money aside for your children, because you're probably not going to be there to provide for them, be that other provider. I'm sure the mothers are doing what they can, but they're not going to have that. Put that money aside for your kids, at least take care of their college. Maybe he did that, maybe he didn't, instead of putting it into a lawyer, whatever. But anyway, of course, they're not going to do that. He's going to do as much as he can to fight this, but it doesn't look good. And even if this is a state, like I was saying, even if this is a state RICO law, if they have if they have good evidence, because I'm sure the defense doesn't know what they have yet. They don't have everything that they have yet. If they have enough evidence, the feds can pick this up if they choose to. And then with the feds, I heard it's very, very difficult to beat a Fed case. It's very difficult. But anyway, so we'll see how this turns out. And also, you see how it's so easy to get caught up in RICO cases, not even if it's not state, but federal. All they have to do is prove that, you did things to, bring up your ranks in a gang, whether you provided money or whatever, you gave them publicity, you put them in your music videos, or you sent letters to them, you put money on their books. It's so easy to get caught up. So that's an eye-opener for everyone else. Just be careful who you associate yourself with. Even with Lovely T's friend, he said that he had people that tell him, be careful, don't be doing gang signs, showing up gang signs and pictures and stuff. I know a lot of young kids, that's what they do. They take pictures. They have to put some signs, use their fingers to make signs and stuff like that. You have to talk to your kids also. Talk to your children, because you never know who they might be associated with, taking pictures with, and then that person gets hemmed up, and then they start looking through their social media, looking through their pages, and your child could get caught. You never know. That's why you talk to your children. Talk to your children, talk to your nephews, your nieces, because even girls get caught up in stuff like that. Talk to your little cousins. If you have neighborhood kids that appreciate you, that like you, talk to them. Because these people, a lot of these DAs, prosecutors, police departments, they just sick and tired of all the violence in the criminal activities. So there are people that's you're gonna just have to be an example. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.